of the military and other people. And that's why I think, who knows, there are a lot of people on our planet, and maybe not everyone has enough food and enough opportunities for a living.
Yes.
And maybe the billionaires maybe would like to reduce our population. Who
How?
knows?
Okay. Okay.
By,
Okay. So why did you say that?
by the war. By the war. Some people tell it will be by the vaccine.
So why did you say that some people or the billionaires wants to reduce the world, want to reduce people?
To arrange nuclear war, and maybe not very big sockets, but it could be reduced, like it was in the Hiroshima, Nagasaki. It was, and I don't know exactly, but I think to have the war with Russia, it is not a very good idea, because maybe and really Russian people and Russian industry don't have the best cars. We know that the best cars are from Japan, and Germany,
Yes.
and maybe United States. Yes, and the best electronics from Japan, and from the cell phones from the China,
Yes.
but designed by the United States. And Russia doesn't have such technology, but in field of military, and I know that nowadays, the last 20 years, the Russian government invested a lot of money into new weapons, and that's why I think it will be maybe not very good idea to start have war with Russia.
So
I think so.
yes, I haven't listened to the news. So what did you listen? What do they say in the news? What are they talking about? Why the war? Why are they having war with Russia? What is the reason?
Because the American airplanes are nowadays trying to understand what's going on around the borders of Russia from the Ukraine, and they explain to the audience in the United States and other countries that Russia is planning to pass the border of Ukraine and to occupy Ukraine, and they are planning to protect it, and they supply Ukraine with military equipments, and they would like to start the war between Russia and Ukraine, and by the hands of Ukraine to start fighting Russia. And they explain to the Ukraine and the crazy people and the nationalist Ukrainians maybe would like to try to their biceps with American weapons, and to show to Russians that they can start have opportunities to protect their lands, to take back Crimea and take Donbass and something like that. They can't imagine that Russia has a really modern equipment, modern military sockets, and will ruin Ukraine for several days, and it will be a big problem. And also, nobody knows if Russian will go ahead through Ukraine, where the Russians troops will stop. Maybe it will be, they can take Baltic countries and Romans and Hungary and I don't know exactly. And they have to understand that Russia is Russia, and Russian soldiers know how to fight, and Russian military have very big experience in this way, and that's why it is a big problem. And on the one hand, on the other hand, when the foreign countries will understand that Russian will occupy some countries, they will try to use their nuclear weapons. And if they do it, they will have back nuclear sockets to their places, to the United States, to Germany, to other countries, and it will be catastrophe for the world, for the planet. And after that, it will be a big problem how to stop this war. I think so. And today we have a very positive president of our country, and I think he understands that it will be a big problem, and that's why I hope maybe it will be enough for his understanding. Don't fight, don't go ahead, don't pass borders of Ukraine. I think so. But it's one thing. But another thing, that Russia is Russia, and Russia thinks that Ukraine it is a land of Russia, and they don't look around Ukraine and understanding that a lot of military equipment every day will come to Ukraine and will be with aggressive manner look at Russia. That's why I think it is a problem. I think so. I am not a politician, and I'm not a military man, and for me it is only the glance from the corner.
Yes. So is this recent information, sir?
It's information from the TV.
Recently?
Recently, yeah, recently. I look at TV and politician programs, and every day we hear it. And I don't know exactly, but I think that it is not very good for the world society, because Americans show their biceps, Russian shows the biceps of Russia, and they show that the sockets can pass a lot of kilometers and put into the target. And I don't know exactly. I know only that Americans and other European maybe countries would like to threat to Russia that they will cut from the system of the SWIFT and something like that, and they will not by our gas, but the problem is what you will use after the weather will be -20, -30, and who knows what the weather will be this winter. And that's why I think everything depends on the money, and the United States would like to reduce the opportunities to make money of Russian gas companies and oil companies, and they would like to sell it to European countries for the price much more compared to Russian prices. But everyone would like to save money, and everyone would like to understand that it will be the faster to get gas from Russian tubes. I don't know exactly, but according to my point of view, after Russians found a lot of minerals and interesting gas and something like and oils on the Antarctica, and only Russians are there. The Americans, businessmen and politicians, thinks why it is only for Russia, and they can't imagine that because the minerals and natural products are there for hundreds of years, and Russia can supply with gas and other products, maybe oils and golds, diamonds and something like that, to China, to European countries, and I think Russia will be a very rich country. Yes, we know that the technology in Russia may be not very good compared to foreign countries, but money plays the very important, and Russia can buy it and pay money to for the knowledge of the scientists, and to hire them, and to arrange the technology for different things in Russia. I think so. And I know that for military scientists, for military universities, Russia pays a lot of money for everything. I work in the field of high tech, and in field of opportunities to supply military plants, different materials from my company, and I know that there are a lot of money for it.
Yeah. Okay. My question is, I don't really know what happened. My question is, why is Russia fighting against Ukraine? Because Ukraine or Ukrainians are the same as Russians. They look exactly like Russians. They speak the same language. And so why are they still fighting up to now with Ukraine?
According to the official information, that Russia doesn't have any intention to fight Ukraine. And only one thing, we look at Ukraine, and our observers look that there are a lot of military equipment nowadays Ukraine receives from the America, like
no, they are buying.
Not buying. They got it free of charge.
No, no.
You think
I don't think
yeah.
I don't think it's free. They bought this equipment from the United States to protect themselves, because the
But
country
they don't have any money for buying it.
why they would the United States cannot give military high-graded weapons for free. It has to be.
America gives maybe old equipment, which they didn't send it to Afghanistan or other countries. And that's why I think it is free of charge, because Ukraine doesn't have enough money to pay for it. I think so. But the problem is that Ukraine wants to take back Donbass. And Russia says that in Donbass and Lugansk, there are Russian people. And if Ukraine start fighting Donbass, that Russian troops will pass the borders and will protect Donbass and Lugansk, and will protect Russian people, because in Donbass and Lugansk, a lot of people have Russian passports, like the citizens of Russia. And that's why it is a problem. And the Putin told to the audience that if Ukraine start military operation to take Donbass, they will lose their state, and the Russia will go through the borders and will take the most part of Ukraine, like Odessa, like Kharkiv, like Kherson, and other Kiev, and it will be 3 paths, 4 parts of Ukraine.
No, that means if he does that, it is not legal according to European Union, because you can see that most countries in Europe do not support the fact that Putin is trying to go through the border or overcome Ukrainians. According to European law, it is not the right way to resolve the situation by attacking and overpowering the military of the Ukrainian. And from my point of view, from what I noticed, is that you can see that a lot of European countries are not supporting the action of the president of Russia. They don't accept the information, and that is why you see Russia is having sanctions from European countries and from America. That sanction, you see, it kills economy. No matter how much money Russia will make, the money will not make any value in the world trade. And don't forget that the World Trade Center is in the United States, and every company that makes highlights, that makes the top in business, are always listed in the American budget, the American Trading Center, which is in New York City. So for any company to be noted and valued in the world, your company has to be in American, what they call trade center. I don't know. Yes, that is what in New York City. So the sanctions has made rubles fall, because I saw now that one let me check. $1 is now very big. You know, $1 is 74
0.8.
Huh?
0.8.
Yes.
74 point.
Yes, 74.8. Yes, it's very bad for the development of robots, because robot has to come up and not go down. So yes, I understand he's trying to protect the pride and the strength of Russia, but economically, business-wise, is going to destroy all businesses that Russians are having with foreigners or maybe international businesses. Companies that are in the Russian companies that are working internationally will have problems to sell and to gain more clients. So individually, it's going to destroy businesses, but generally, it's going to help him and his political entourage. So as a businessman, as somebody who really understands situations on your personal business, it is not a good way to go about this. And if you look at the general problem that is going on now, you can see that there are a lot of informations going through concerning this situation about Ukrainian and Russia fighting themselves. Although you can see the biggest country in the world is Russia. So Russia is already big. So it shouldn't be concerned. As a president, it shouldn't be concerned with Ukraine, because there are other parts of Russia that needs proper developments. There are places, there are regions in Russia that are still lacking developments. They're having bad roads. They have forests that has not been developed. They have Chinese coming in to cut trees and take the wood away. So it should be concerned with some certain developments, not with the fighting and the war is planning to do in Ukraine, because that is going to bring a bad name to the country's development. So Ukraine is still small. Ukraine is small than some regions in Russia. So it's a bad idea to do that. I think it should be focused in making friends and making more connections and getting more attractions for people to come and invest, spend the money in Russia and invest the money in Russia to really improve Russia's economy to be at least world leading power. When it comes to military weapons and technology, America is not even there. America is not there. We have North Korea. North Korea is very, very strong in military. They have very good weapons and the technology. Okay, what about Japan? They have not said anything yet. Japan has very good weapon. And what about the Eastern? Saudi Arabia and Dubai, those people, they have also nuclear weapons and very good high technology. So countries like these that are not saying anything now, they have weapons. So the problem is there is no need of creating war, but I think that is the problem Russia is having in order for them to move forward to the next level, development. What Russia needs now is economical development, business development, infrastructures, industries, local development, so they can be able to empower, pump in money to individuals who have skills to improve their local businesses. Like you said, Russia has no good automobile industry, yes, but they have raw materials. Russia has raw materials. They have gas, they have crude oil, they have limestone, They have metal. They can produce metal, a lot of metal, more than Germany. But what is happening to the local industries? There are no local industries now in Russia. There are no great development in Russia, individually development in Russia. So the only place you can really call that has development in Russia is Moscow and St. Petersburg. If you look at the other cities, you can see proper development. So the problem is not the boundary or the border between Russia and Ukraine, is the government. So what are they really doing to really improve the lives of the citizens of Russians? How many jobs opportunities have they given to Russians? Because I am a teacher, I'm teaching, most of my students are Russians. Okay, even though I have students who are Americans, most of my students are Russians. When I ask them, why do you want to speak English? They tell me they want to relocate. They want to travel abroad. They want to travel to where? America. Why? Because they said America is a land of freedom. And that is true. Because when they get to America, the life change. The reason is because America will not withhold your gift. When you travel to America, they give you opportunity to expose yourself, to develop yourself. The government gives money to small businesses who wants to establish themselves. And they give you money to establish yourselves and also help you to grow your business. So you see encouragement from everybody. There are people from Austria, from Germany, from Sweden, from Africa, from Japan, from Chinese, who ran to America, got citizenship, and are still ruling. They have opportunity to become governors. They have opportunity to become senators. They have their businesses and they're living very well. That is the dream that is the American dream. But you can't do that in Russia. They don't have the opportunity because the structure, the system in Russia does not permit that information. They don't give people to do that. That is a big problem. So he should stop this war and take away his military from that place and leave Ukraine alone. Just leave them alone and focus the money on development. Russia is too big.
Right.
Russia is too big. It's too big.
Yeah.
And if you go now, I am now in a region, a very small region in Russia. The citizens there are complaining because there are no good quality medical care for them. There are no jobs. There are no good jobs. All the industries in the area are closed down, permanently closed down, not working. So then how do you want the citizens to survive? How do you want them to really develop themselves? Because you can see there is a big gap between the rich and the poor in Russia. There is a very big gap between the rich and the poor in Russia. But in America, it's not so. The gap between the rich and the poor is very slim, very, very slim. It's very, very slim. So the government is even poorer than the individual people in America. But in Russia, the government is richer than the individual people in Russia. So it's not making sense.
You're absolutely right. On the one hand.
Yeah,
The other hand, that really, I think, I don't know exactly, I'm not politician, but I think our government and our politician and administration of the president understands that it could be a big problem for the economy, for the industry, for the people, if the war will be. And that's why until nowadays we see that the Russian troops didn't pass the border of Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Because according to my point of view, they had to do it because it's a problem. Not only Ukraine, but it is a problem of Moldova.
Yes.
The problem is Poland.
Of all of them in that area. Turkey.
The problem is Baltic countries.
Yeah.
The problem is Georgia.
Yes.
All of them are the problems. And that's why I think that the military will start fighting Ukraine and other countries only if they will not fighting. Like Ukrainians would like to take back Crimea. In this case,
Okay.
Russians will go ahead. If they start fighting Donbass, in this case, Russian will go ahead. But if will be the calm situation, I think nobody will go ahead. Nobody will start pass the board and something like that. And according to the price for the course of ruble and dollars, it is maybe for the government it's not very bad because they have money to pay money to tired people and officers and something like that. But really they have to take and to keep balance of the course, because if the course will be 100, the foreign countries will says that the Russian currency like a paper. It's not very good idea. I understand it, but nevertheless, I think that it is very important for Russian cooperate with China.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of industrial products Russia can get from China, because really China supplies all countries in the world. And I know that the quality of the Chinese products
are bad.
Not bad.
Are very poor. Yeah. China now, they are having economical problem because they are one of the biggest real estate business owners. Chinese, they have one of the biggest real estate business. So their real estate now is under bankruptcy. They are undergoing bankruptcy because there is not enough money to pay and secure the buildings that they invested money on. Something happened. So they are undergoing financial crisis in China at the moment. So certain businesses are closed down. Certain businesses are bankrupt at the moment. Certain businesses cannot start up again in China. Working with China, on the other hand, do not help the economy of Russia. The reason is because if you ask any economist, they will tell you that importation of foreign goods kills the currency of that country. Because when you import, when your importation is higher than your exportation, that means your products or your value of currency will be very low. So the reason why you can see that it is a very bad idea to even encourage importation of Chinese goods and services is because Chinese currency yen will increase on the stock market, while the rubles will go down on the stock market, because Chinese delivers, export their products, and Russia buys their products. So buying does not give you an increase in the chart. It brings your currency downward. So what
But
the government...
Today, the
Yes.
Chinese yen costs approximately 6.4.
It's expensive.
6.4. Not very expensive. It was the high price several year ago, and maybe half ago it was 6.7, and I don't know exactly. But
business-wise, it's not correct. It's not good. Business-wise, is not going to help any local investor in Russia. Any local investor, company, or individual who have business in Russia will have problem if they want to go international.
But to buy some products from foreign countries, from Europe or from the United States, the prices will be higher compared to Chinese prices.
You don't have to buy from any country. What I mean is encourage local development. They should build the companies in Russia. Russia has a lot of lands. And you see, if Russia can be able to invest in industries that produce a lot of these things they're importing, it will save Russia a lot of percentage of the amount of money they spend importing goods, and also it will give job opportunities. It will increase the economy of the country, and the ruble will be stable up to the level. The reason why America now is, you see, America even having economical problem also. America is having economical problem because they are not producing as they used to produce. America produce cars like Ford, like Chrysler, all these cars before. But the companies, they fold up. The companies, they have low production rates. So importation of American cars are very low compared to before. And it is when Elon Musk came up with these electric cars that gave the rise of American economy. That pushed him upward. If not for that development of those electric cars, NASA airspace project that he started, and some other projects that are very good for science, for environmental safety, for healthcare, and for this coronavirus Pfizer vaccination. That is
the prices for electric cars are very high.
Yes, they're very high because they just started making electric cars. It is not long ago. And
not a lot of people are ready to buy electric cars.
Not everybody.
Because the technology of electric cars, people don't believe in it. And on the one hand, and the situation with the environment, like the electric cars will save environment, it's a big question. On the one hand, the other hand, the Elon Musk don't supply people with reasonable price, and his prices are very high.
Yes, because the reason is because there is only one car that you can note in this world that has let's say 98% safety. 98% safety. If that car should fall into any accident, 98%. And that is Tesla.
In dollars, how much it will cost?
I mean, Tesla cars protect you from any accident. any accident, whatever the accident might be. So the driver will be safe.
Brand new car.
Brand new Tesla.
Brand new. How much?
Okay, let me check on internet now and tell you the price of the cheapest Tesla car. It's even cheaper than most of the BMW people are driving in Moscow. People are driving G-Wagon, Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon that cost 35, I think it's $40,000 US. Okay, Tesla Motors. Let me check one Tesla now. Tesla S, Model S, I think. That is a cost. Let me see. Tesla 3. So
35.
Yes.
1,000.
35. Something like that. Yes.
It is not very high price.
It's not very high price for an electric car. And the charging of the car.
They have to invest money into my product. And after that, the price will be higher.
Yes. So you see, that is the tip. That is what I'm saying. That this kind of situation of war and fighting cannot help, do not help any business at all. Okay? Do not help the production of these growth of these companies. Like as we are talking right now, Tesla do not have an assembly factory in Russia, but they have an assembly factory in China, in Germany. Okay, so you can see even
they don't believe in Russian market.
No,
because nowadays
they are scared of Russian market because Russian market is the most difficult market I have ever seen.
Yeah.
For people in Russia to believe in your product and buy your product is very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. The other thing is Russians believe in their local made product. Okay. And
which one?
I don't know, but that is what I think. I believe they believe in their local made products. That is why they don't really accept a lot of foreign products. So if the government see this opportunity, they can use it. They can develop, pump money, give out money to encourage local investors so that they will have these products all around in Russia, and it will help the development of the economy and not the other way around. Okay.
The Russian government can buy Tesla cars for policemen, for police on the road, for other companies, big companies.
Yes.
For the companies.
Yes.
It could be big business. It could be big business because it will save. They will save money because they will not pay for petrol.
Yes, but even
the electricity in Russia costs nothing compared to.
Yes, that is true.
And that's why I think it will be very important for government to supply big companies, government companies with such electric cars. And also they can buy electric cars for military aims.
Yes, or they can even start building their own electric cars.
And
Yes.
I think in the future, all big companies will start producing electric cars.
They have started already. Elon Musk opened their eyes and showed them. That is why I love Americans. You see, when Elon Musk started, people did not believe he can do it. Now, the cars, these Tesla cars are very common in Moscow. Very, very common. A lot of people are buying it now.
I've got report
Yes.
from the Israeli university nowadays.
Okay.
About the properties of my materials.
Okay.
And the university wrote that magnetic field reduced 3 times after using my materials. It means it will protect for 90, at least for 91% at the 50 Hertz, the frequency. And the electric cars used electricity from the socket where the frequency 50 Hertz.
Yes.
And it means that my product will protect people for 91% at least. And it is very important. And that's why the great idea to sell my material.
Yes. The problem now is how can we sell if there are a lot of information coming from the border of Ukraine that they are fighting, Russia is fighting with Ukraine, they're having problems with Ukraine. This scares a lot of people. That is what I'm saying. It destroys.
You're right. It will really don't give very good opportunities for the economy.
Yes.
It will reduce economy of Russia.
Yes.
It will reduce businesses.
Yes.
It will reduce the life for a lot of people. And
yes.
That's why you're absolutely right when you told me that your students in Russia who would like to grasp English knowledge and to get English, and it will be better American pronunciation in order to pass the board and go to the United States and work there 24 hours in order to penetrate into the economy, into the knowledge of the United States and start working there. They would like to get several $1,000s per month in order to pay for rent car, for rent apartment, and for a living. I know such people. And when my son studied in the United States, I got information from his friends. One of them came from Russia, and he started studying there, and he became a professor of the United States in field of math. And nowadays he is working in the United States in Washington like a professor in the university, but he doesn't like it. He thinks that the life in the United States is not very good now, and a difficult situation for a living, he thinks so. He wants, maybe it's not his culture because he is Russian, and it is something another culture, and I don't know exactly, but a lot of people found their place in the United States, found how to live there. And really it is a difficult time and difficult to penetrate into the economy in the United States or in Germany or in Great Britain or in Israel and other countries. And a lot of people from Russia, particularly young people, would like to go there. And for young, it is possible because they
Yes.
don't need the best home immediately or best apartment. They will take a little apartment and maybe old car and will study a lot and will try to penetrate into the markets. And I remember that approximately in 1995, approximately, I don't know exactly, approximately, I went to the United States to my son, and he studied in the United States at that time, and he arranged meeting with the vice president of the Kodak company. And I told him about my wishes to start living in the United States and to arrange business there. And he started asking me about my specialty and what I wanted. And I explained to him that I would like to buy a business like McDonald's. And I wanted to make money for a living of my family. And he told me it is not a very good idea because you don't know how to do such business and you will lose your money. You have to work in your specialty, in your field where you know how to do it.
Yes, and, no, it's a good advice.
Yeah, and he gave me a good advice. And after that, I could understand that I don't have to keep thinking about McDonald's or other businesses where I don't know how to do it. Yes. I don't know people, where I will take products, raw materials, or cook people or something, or some waiter, something. I don't know exactly how to do it, and I will lose money. And I wanted to invest money into this business, and he told me it is not a good idea. Mm-hmm. And he gave me the information that I can go to his company and to start working like an engineer. And he told me I can get $24,000 per year.
Wow.
Yeah, I told him it will be only $2,000 per month. How I can live for such money and to pay for studying my son and for my daughter and for my wife and for me, it is not possible. It is not enough for my family for a living. And that's why I didn't take his offer. And I come back to Russia and worked here like a businessman, like a scientist, and I'm working until nowadays. And only one thing I think very important, that my kids got very good education in the United States. And nowadays my daughter works in Australia with her husband, and they have enough money for a living. But it is very difficult, nevertheless, because my daughter nowadays works as the owner of the restaurant. And it is for her new business, new opportunities to make money for a living. But she does it, Yes. And my son-in-law works as a bookkeeper. He has a company where bookkeepers works for him. Okay. And he makes some money for it. And also he works in the company with some guys from Russia, and the guys, the owner of the company, they planned to produce masks. They bought the technology from China, and nowadays they produce it in Australia, and they supply all hospitals and all medicine store and other places with masks. And my son works in Israel, like political commentators, and he makes money for a living for his family, and he didn't ask money from me. And nowadays, that's why I can work in Russia and I can supply my family and live without asking money from my kids. And invest money into myself, in my English, and in my company, and in new products. And that's why I think it is very important. Business is like sport, because yes, you want to make something and to invest and to make profit and to know that you are okay, you are very good, you could do it. And that's why I think it is very, very important for me, particularly. And I don't know exactly, I don't have any intention to pass the United States nowadays or other European countries. I would like to arrange business in order to the best companies in the world are looking for to contact with me and would like to arrange some business together with me. Nowadays, I'm writing an article, yes, about my material, about my alloy, which will protect for 91% at least from the frequency 50 Hz, to protect people from low frequency radiation. Yes. And it is very important to protect people from electric cars, because they are inside the car and they under the radiation, and they will have a lot of problems. They can take cancers and ruin the nervous system and get impotention and nervous, the other system, immune system, and and it could be change the DNA. And that's why it is very important to protect. And I would like to sell the articles in order to the articles, people who produce electric cars could read this information. And after reading it, will be information about my company and my telephone numbers, and they will maybe contact with me and will understand that it will be better to start talking. I can sell my materials, but I don't like, I told you, I would like to sell the formula. Yes. And to get money for the formula. And after that, after getting money for the formula, I can invest money for real estate, for example, in the Great Britain, because I know that the real estate in Great Britain increasing every year at least for 10%. Yes, real estate is always very profitable business everywhere. Everywhere, and yes, that's why it's a very big business. It is very important. It will be enough for me. Invest $10 million and get 10%. It will be $1 million per year. Yes, it's very possible. $1 million per year for me. It will be fantastic. Yes. Right? Because I don't want to buy Bentley or no, Ferrari or Lamborghini and other things. It will be enough for me using my Toyota, and it will be enough for me. It is okay, and I don't need to go to the restaurants and to order black caviar and salmon and very expensive products. It's not very important for me, but it will be interesting to work and to understand that I can do it. It will be interesting to relax, to go to Bali, to go to Thailand, to go to the Paris, or to other countries and to relax, to take massage and to take some oils for my body and to prolong my life. And I think it will be a good idea. Do you understand me?
Of course, I understand you. You are right. You're absolutely right. You're correct.
Yeah, it is my point of view for a living. It is my point of view how to and to help people. It's very important to help people, to help orphans, to help old people, and to do some business together with my kids, because I would like to work together with them and to understand that we will be like a family.
Yes.
And it is very important because I can't wear 3 suitcases at least now, immediately, and I will not eat 3 dinners, 3 dishes, and that's why I would like to give an example to my kids that very important to live according to commands which God gave us to help people and to try to do our life on our planet better.
It's true. What you said, I agree with you 100%. You're correct. The business idea is very perfect. Real estate is the best. Is the very best.
Yeah. What do you think about some information about my products? Maybe do you have it?
No, for now, they have not written to me. I'm still waiting.
Maybe you will get it.
Yes, I'm hoping that I will get information from them.
Okay.
Just they are always, no, I have to wait and see what will happen. Because the situation now is not on my hands. I am ready to contact them and get information and start up any information we want to do, maybe any meeting. But
I see.
The situation is on them.
You will not keep information if you get it inside yourself.
I will tell you immediately.
You will give it.
Yes. Immediately they contact me about the product. I will tell you immediately.
I hope you will arrange it, and I hope you understand that my English is enough to explain to anyone about my products.
Yes, whatever the case may be, I can help you also to translate, to explain in more details if there are any questions. Maybe if they have any questions, I will explain to them.
You will be like my partner and you will help me.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Okay. I will arrange payment for the lesson immediately, because the last time I start calling to my partners and start making my business and forgot about it. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.